has hundreds of engineers, but their self-driving unit is burning something like $500 million a year. Why take that on? What does this deal do for Aurora?
Well, we're really excited about this. We know at ATG there's this incredible team of people that have been working heads down for the last number of years. It's a group that has incredible determination and grit to see this technology in the world. Meanwhile, Aurora, for the last 4 years, we've been building our company. And by putting the team together, by putting the technology together, and then having the special partnership that we will with Uber, we're going to accelerate our product coming to market and be able to deliver the benefits of safer roads, more efficient roads, and make it more accessible and less expensive to get around. So, this is incredibly exciting for us.
So give us a snapshot of where Aurora's technology is at right now in terms of basically replicating the driver and getting self-driving cars on the road.
Yeah, so for Aurora, we're building the Aurora Driver, which is a platform, a capability to drive any vehicle from a big Class 8 truck through to a small compact electric vehicle, perhaps for ride-hailing. Our driver is a combination of the software that understands the world around it and how to move through it safely, the hardware that runs the algorithms and allows us to see the world, and then, of course, the data services that enable that. And so we've been working at this for 4 years. Our first product is going to be in trucking and freight. So imagine the big semi-trailers that you see down the road, powered by the Aurora Driver, helping get goods from one place to another.
Are you actually in talks with parts of the commercial trucking industry? I mean, are you close to any particular deals?
Well, we don't have anything to announce today, but we do work with and talk with folks throughout the industry, yes.
So let's talk a little bit about valuation. Amazon just bought Zoox for a reported $1 billion in June. What makes Aurora, given that you are still working on this, though there is a lot of potential, what makes the company worth $10 billion?
Well, I think that if you look at the team that we've put together, the leadership, the understanding that we have of the problem, I think that we have confidence we'll be one of the few companies that actually is able to cross the line and deliver a safe, capable product that can help deliver on the promise that we've been talking about for the last decade around self-driving vehicles. I think the way we're approaching the problem, whether it be through our virtual testing suite or the way we've architected the driver, is really taking kind of a next generation approach to solving this. And we think that means ultimately that we'll have a capability that no one else will be able to match. And that'll lead us through to market. And then with relationships like the one we're building with Uber now, we'll have a clear path to market. And we'll be able to work in partnership with folks who provide vehicles and those who need vehicles to run their businesses to really accelerate and improve the quality of transportation, the safety of transportation. And when we look at the transportation industry writ large, this is a $3.2 trillion space just in the United States. So if we believe want to have an opportunity to place, then you're going to look for is focused on the mission of delivering this technology and has the best team in technology. And I guess people seem to believe that's us. So we're really excited about that.
Your co-founders worked at Uber and Tesla, and you helped start Waymo. This might be what you have now, the biggest threat to Waymo yet. And you know better than almost anyone what their strategy is. What do you have on Waymo? How do you differentiate yourself from what they are also trying to offer?
Yeah, I think we really focus on what we do, right? And that is create the best place for people to work on this technology, provide clear leadership and a mission that people believe in, and then move with urgency to see this technology in the market. We have a ton of respect for everyone working in this space. It's a really hard problem, and it's such an important problem that we need multiple teams to work on it. But we have deep conviction that we're going about it the right way and are going to ultimately win and have a big part to play here. So, yeah.
Now, I know you only want to talk about what Aurora is doing, but it's what's interesting about it is that there are different companies taking different approaches. So, for example, Tesla is taking a camera-only approach to self-driving technology rather than the way the rest of the industry is doing it, using the LiDAR sensors, the radar. Could Tesla beat Aurora and Waymo potentially with self-driving cars to market?
We believe really deeply that safety is essential in getting this technology to market. And to operate these vehicles safely, you need to see the world clearly around you. And our approach is to use not just one sensor, but a combination of different sensors, because each of them provides different advantages and is going to fail in different ways. And so, for example, last year we acquired a company in Bozeman, Montana, that's developing a really innovative form of LiDAR that allows us to see further than anyone else and allowed us for us to react more quickly than anyone else as we're driving at speed down the freeway. We think that kind of innovation is the type of innovation that unlocks this technology, actually making it to market for real and doing it safely. And so without those kind of breakthroughs, without that type of combined holistic approach to it, we just don't think it's ultimately going to be viable.
So tell us a little more as you plan your business model. How will you make money? How much will you charge for this technology?
Yeah. So the product Aurora is going to bring to market is the Aurora Driver. And what that does is it operates vehicles, whether they're, when they'll initially be big Class 8 heavy-duty trucks and ultimately all kinds of different vehicles. Our model is to get paid based on the usage of that vehicle. So you can think of the parallel I would think of is in the aviation industry. If you're an airline, you lease an aircraft from somebody, or you effectively buy it from a Boeing or an Airbus, and then you also select the engine that goes into that, whether it's a Pratt & Whitney or a Rolls-Royce or a GE. And the airline then has a relationship where they buy the airframe from the airline manufacturer, and they continue to pay for basically throttle by the hour for the airline. And so we think of ourselves in that equation as kind of the engine. And so we look for this recurring revenue business over time, and we're excited about that and the opportunity to partner with organizations who really understand their business. And it means that we can focus on what we do best in the world, which is build the driver.
So where do you think regulators will fall on this? We're going into a new administration. Of course, there are regulatory issues and continued safety concerns. Do you see a world where state and federal regulators are going to allow commercial deployments in the near future?
Absolutely, right. I think if you look at the promise to save lives on America's and ultimately the world's roads, it's a no-brainer, right, that we'll get there. And then when you look at further the economic impact that this can have and the opportunity to make transportation more equitable, to decrease the cost of it, to ultimately in the long term revisit the structure of our cities and make them more livable, it's clear that this is a social win. And as I've engaged with regulators over the last decade, they understand that vision, and they also understand their obligation to help protect the American public. And my experience has been that they're going to be thoughtful and enable what's a life-saving and essential technology for us in the future.
Do you see more consolidation in the industry, and do you want to be a part of that, or do you see Aurora being a public company someday?
Well, I think we are a part of it. We're excited about that. Yes, I believe since we founded Aurora that this industry is going to consolidate. It's a new technology. It's completely appropriate for there to be a bunch of different companies trying things out and exploring the space. But over time, the market's going to dictate which ones will continue and survive. And as Aurora is an independent company, we think that's an incredible opportunity. And so we'll continue to build the company. But really for us, it's about delivering our mission. And our mission is to deliver the benefits of self-driving technology safely, quickly, and broadly. And so when we make a strategic decision like this exciting acquisition of ATG, does that action accelerate our mission? Does it make it more likely to get where we need to go?